All right, welcome. I'm Eric Keselburg and this is Keselbricks. This is the first video of my newly established YouTube channel. I'm going to take you on a journey of my Lego collection, my home office, if you will. As you can see, I have Ninjago district as kind of the centerpiece of what my efforts are on. I also do have some city modular buildings that I've made custom, and then the rest of them are sets or slightly modified sets in the shelving that I do have, and I'll take you on a quick tour of that as well. I should also preface this, as you see my Ninjago district, I have watched the movie. I do not watch the cartoon or the show. I have shown a couple different Lego conventions, and the kids do a real good job of telling me what I do wrong on Ninjago as far as the show. So this is inspired by Ninjago, not necessarily a one-to-one of the TV show or the movie or otherwise. So if you see something that is really out of place in anything I build, just let me know. I do have some Ninjago movie pieces in here, but most of it is just my interpretation. So I'll start with that that prelude of what my Ninjago district was going to look like. All right, so as I enter my room, first thing you see is my Ninjago district on my build table, which has been expanded. It's actually two tables side by side with a cabinet that I set up behind it. And then I also had to add in another shelf unit just to make it fit my Ninjago district as that continues to grow and expand. So this is my build area right here, but then you also see I have shelves with minifigs. These are some smalls, some older sets, some of the CMFs, and then just some other minifigures that I liked. Shelf that I fit behind the door to get some other, again, smalls, minifigs, and some other pieces. I have several of the modulars. I have them all minus, let's see, the Cafe Corner and Fire Brigade, which I'm still hunting down. I have a couple that are not built yet, Museum, and then also Town Hall. I picked up Town Hall not too long ago, and it's unopened, so a little hesitancy to actually open it up and build it, but I will eventually. I also have some custom city modulars that I will showcase as part of this channel. You'll see some themes in here. Of course, there's a grocery store that was the inspiration for this one, Central Perk, and then the Friends Apartments, and then this is Bro Thor up top, the Hidden Side, Shrimp Shack, the Noodle Shop, Fab Five, and then custom scooter shop, and then some interiors from Hidden Side and a friend's ski chalet. So that is some modulars that I made for city. I almost always have The Office on when I'm up here building. It's a show I've seen far too often, and I can just listen and know what's going on. Sometimes I have to peek up and see funny scenes and whatnot, just because I still enjoy the show, aside from just listening to it. But it's almost always on when I'm up here building. More modulars. You'll see I do have some yellowing on some of my older sets. I updated my blinds to blackout. They were just normal blinds, and I think it let too much sun in, because prior to moving in here, about 8 years ago now, everything was stored in the garage, so I think it happened since I set it up here. So I've since got some blackout curtains, and that hopefully helps. But I will have to bleach those come spring, come summer. I just haven't yet. I only realized it this last year sometime. So you see I have just a mix of Lego sets. I also have some shelves for my granddaughter. We keep adding, or she keeps adding, so instead of just being loose, she just keeps putting them in a bucket. So that's her shelves, and she comes up and visits me while I'm up here building. She also likes the cars, so you'll see some of these are are kind of strewn about of pieces and whatnot that she's been working on. Also, since we're in R3, you see some old boxes. These are old sets that I've had to clear off my shelves, some old 90s, early 2000s, some late 80s sets. I think airports in there, some trains are in there. So just some sets that I ran out of room on my shelves as I kind of moved stuff around, purged some older sets or cycled through them. I also have additional buckets down here of some old sets that are just in storage, and then you see I just have some parts, pieces, my bins, and then some backlog here. And also on this side, just some sets that I'm waiting to build, and I'll get to them eventually. Also, I've kind of taken over a shelf in my garage of unbuilt sets. And I should also say, this last year I did purge or throw out my boxes, which was a little bit challenging for me, only because of how many years I've been holding on to some boxes. I started collecting or building Lego, I guess, in the, let's see, mid-90s, and I'll show you what set got me back into Lego. Of course, went through a gray period, didn't have a chance to show or display until we moved into this house. So now I've gotten really back into the hobby and really focused on Ninjago. I really enjoy this building style and technique. So I should also say, a lot of my shelves are dusty. A lot of my shelves have minifigs that are falling over. You're gonna see not perfection, but rather just an enjoyment of Lego. And dust is a challenge. You're gonna see dust, you're gonna see minifigures falling over, you're gonna see some stuff out of place and stuff that doesn't really make sense, but that's part of what my room is, and kind of the fun of what my enjoyment or sharing of Lego with my grandkids. I can tell you, I'm not the most organized of my pieces. I like to think that I start learning where certain pieces are, but I have the IKEA shelves under here, some buckets, bins. I try to keep old sets. I bought like a second boutique hotel just to make another floor on it, so the other pieces I keep in there because I kind of know where stuff is. So this is my somewhat organization or lack of organization of my parts. Again, I have other bins in here of loose pieces, and then I also have these Lego totes, and then these tables actually pull out, so I have more pieces there. So organization is not my forte. I have some old older sets. I want to say late 80s of the old pizzeria, the Hot Rod Club, Outback, or Amazon Crossing. Some newer sets, some sets that you see have missing parts on, because I do poach and steal from sets as I make new builds in Ninjago primarily. All right, this is actually the set that got me back into Lego in the 90s. I like the suspension on it and the 4 wide cars. So you see I have quite a few custom ones there. And even some of the ones that aren't custom, I did modify with suspension back in the day. So I have some old Jeeps, trucks, Toyotas. Yeah, but the Amazon Crossing, I want to say it's set 6490, got me back into Lego. All right, couple things that will almost always occur when I'm in my office is a fan. It gets hot up here. I used to have a ceiling fan, but lighting is an issue. I'd love to hear what you all use for lighting. I moved out my ceiling fan to try to get better lighting, and it's still a little bit challenging. I have a ring light that I use when I build, and I oftentimes will turn this lamp on, but it kind of glares in the camera. And then also water, and the office turned off, I guess, but the office is always playing on my TV. All right, so that is a quick view of my Lego room. I think a part of this channel I'll focus more on Ninjago. All 5 of the city sets are in here, but I modified each one at least a little bit. I do get some messages I post on Instagram of how I made certain things. I don't have instructions. I just a freestyle builder. So I don't have instructions, but I do have questions about how I did certain things for add-ons or for additions to either the original Ninjago city sets. All 5 of them are in here, but then also just some other custom builds I've done. So I think what I want to do is just kind of break down my Ninjago district, almost building or tower or section by section, and then I'll also do some focus on my custom city modulars. I have far less of those. The scale is bigger, of course, and I do, as I mentioned, I do like the scale of Ninjago and how eclectic and hodgepodge it seems to be. Even though I'm a little more OCD than Ninjago allows, I like still the fun of small scale and colors and just making things fit. So that'll be my primary focus. Also talk Lego in general. Again, I'm new to this. I struggle with lighting. I probably am struggling with filming, but I want to just take you all on this journey with me as I showcase or highlight some of the work I've done in Lego. All right, so thanks for joining me on video 1. Typically when I build, I'm on this side of the table. This is my build section, or my build table. Gets quite a mess when I start going with my buckets, bins, loose pieces. I do dump stuff on the floor when I'm building custom stuff, but it seems to work for me. So I'm trying to keep Ninjago no deeper than this, because I got to maintain a build table at least until I can grow out of this space. All right, thanks for coming. Next up, I think we'll just give a quick overview of my Ninjago district. Thanks all.